everyone, I am the Wormy Bookworm, also known as Victoria. The book that I listened to today was the short story called The Witch of Duva by Leigh Bardugo, and it is a Hansel and Gretel retelling surrounding this character called Nadia. So Nadia, I believe it's not really specified, but I believe that Nadia is a citizen of Ravka in a small village called Duva. Oh god. Are going through a famine at the moment. Her family are very poor. It's implied that they didn't used to be. However, obviously things change. Her mum died, her father had to sell his horses and his carriage, and eventually remarries a woman called Katrina, who, well, Nadia doesn't get along with her very well. In Duva, there have been recent murders. A lot of young girls around Nadia's age going missing, and then bones being found. And Nadia suspects that it is Katrina who is doing these murders. So she's obviously quite suspicious. I think Nadia is about 15, potentially. It's not stated, but it's mentioned that the girls were around her age and she was close to marriageable age. So yeah. And she suspects Katrina is the one murdering these girls. So she is not happy when her dad marries Katrina, moves into the house. They're all starving, they're all hungry. And Katrina keeps sending her out into the woods to check the traps for any rabbits, see if they have any food. And she constantly locks her in her room, doesn't let her have any food. Like, it's not great. Typical Hansel and Gretel, stepmom, hates her kids, everything. And Nadia has a brother called something or other. He's not in the story for long, so it's not really relevant. And one time she ventures into the woods and she gets lost. So she's in the middle of the woods, it's freezing cold, she's starving, doesn't know where she is, and it starts to snow. So she hears this, and it's dark, so she hears like an animal behind her. Oh god, 1 second. Oh my god, okay. I look like I've just eaten someone. So she's lost in the woods in the dark, and she hears something running behind her. She thinks it's an animal of some kind. She thinks it might be a woodland spirit, like a horrible one, or like a druid, or something like something horrible that you really wouldn't want to encounter in the dark, freezing cold, defenseless. So she just starts running, absolutely legging it through the forest, as you would. And she comes across a cottage, and it smells like food. It smells wonderful. Just a regular cottage, but you can smell like the stew. You can smell like the dough, everything. It just smells absolutely gorgeous. And she just legs it inside. She bangs on the door. She's like, "Let me in." She's let into the house, and there she is taken care of by a witch called Magda, I think she's called. And she is fully convinced that this witch is the one that's killing the girls. She thinks that they're eating them. So she goes to sleep. She has a full belly of food. The witch feeds her. Goes to sleep, and she's fully expecting not to wake up. But she's like, you know what? I haven't eaten in however long. At least I'm dying with a full stomach. So she goes to sleep and she wakes up and she's like, oh, I'm not dead. So then she stays with the witch for a while. It's great. She's having a wonderful time. She's got food. And she has they have a pet bear called, oh my god, is it Vladchek? I think his name is. And the idea of like a little baby bear as a pet, oh my god, so adorable. I want one. And then she uncovers, not to give too many spoilers, but she begins to uncover who is actually killing the girls, who is actually killing them, what's actually happening to them, and it is just dark. It is dark. But you know what? It was short, it was sweet, and it was creepy, but it was really good. It is only I listened to the audiobook, which was narrated beautifully, by the way, and it was just a really quick, easy, I don't know if I call it an easy read, but it was a quick, kind of easy listen for me. There are some content warnings, for example, like, obviously young girls are being murdered, so a bit of body horror, child abuse, starvation, and some mentions of sexual abuse. But if those things do not bother you, or those aren't things that can affect you, then I would definitely say give it a read, give it a listen, whatever your chosen medium is. I didn't actually know that this existed until a few days ago. I was on the app for my local library, which I would recommend. Use your libraries, people. Use your libraries. They are an amazing resource, as you probably already know. If you're a book lover like me, like everyone else on Bookstagram, use your libraries. They're there for a reason. I think I'd rate it 3 stars. Just because it was, not everything was explained. So there were some times when I was lost. I didn't even remember the main character's brother's name. So there was a couple of things that could have been explained more, but for a short story, it's to be expected that some things aren't going to be fleshed out that well. But for what it was, I thought it was really good. Well, anyway, this is me, naked faced. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful night.